I'm blessed with an incredible fiance. And this gift that is Theta Healing, that is my greatest gift to humanity, I can't shut up about. So now y'all get to experience it and dive a little bit deeper. So what we're going to do here in a minute, before we get started and get into the juicy bits, we have some insane training, some breakthroughs, and it's going to be tears of joy and some deep release happening, some cool connections and insights. And you're going to all walk away feeling uplifted and inspired and amazing, and with some positive momentum for your future. And before we do all of that, there's got to be some ground rules. Everybody say ground rules. We can get excited about ground rules. All right. I know I get to be silly, but why not? So, ground rule number one, if you've ever been in a mastermind with me at any event, you already know my number one ground rule. What's my number one ground rule? Somebody, I'm gonna call it somebody. What's my number one rule? Like the only rule almost. Let's see it in the chat. Okay, so I'm seeing some notes that there are people who want to be let in who are not in. What you can do is to simply share the link that I'm posting in the chat here in a second, and then let them know the password is I matter with a capital I, and it's not L matter. Okay, I care about you. It's I matter. So yeah, please let them know. You can just copy paste the link and text them, email them, or however. They're all welcome to attend. So if they're your friends, they're my friends. Okay. But thank you for looking out for our friends who want to be here, who are not here yet. Okay, cool. So ground rules. Back to ground rules. Ground rule number one is playing full out. Everybody say playing full out. Okay, what does playing full out even mean? So playing full out means what? It means raising your hands, using your voice. If you be in here with camera on, okay? I'm gonna ask you to engage and play with us. That's how you get the most out of this training. And how you do one thing is how you do everything. It's how you get the most out of life. It means taking risks, saying that uncomfortable thing, raising, there's going to be opportunities for some of you to get in a hot seat or do partner work, to be that person that's first to share before your analytical, rational brain overthinks it and talks you into just waiting to see what happens. Okay. Anyway, I know I'm not just talking about myself here. I do that too. All right. So can we all agree to play full out? Go ahead and find the unmute button and say playing full out.
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 Full out.
Playing full out.
Oh,
All right. That was pretty okay. That was a 6 out of 10, everybody. I want to see 100% participation. And in unison, we're going to find the unmute button right now. I'm going to be 1, 2, 3, playing full out. Okay? Make it uncomfortable. Okay, on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Playing
Playing full out.
out.
There it is. There it is. Christian, I'll forgive you this one time, but next time you're going to be the first up on here. Okay, cool. I love you guys. This is good. Let's rock and roll. All right, cool. So that's number one. The second one is confidentiality. Theta healing is a healing practice. It's a meditation practice. It's a transformational tool. And confidentiality is important because there may be times here when you, your students, or your clients are going to be share something that I've never shared with anyone else, or something that they simply don't want repeated outside of this room. So can we all honor the fact that we're going to honor confidentiality? Just like raise your hand. Okay, cool. I appreciate that. Amazing. And anybody not okay with confidentiality, go ahead and raise your hand. Okay, cool. I was just testing. Yeah, great. Amazing. Okay, cool. That's all I have for ground rules. So we're gonna keep it fun, playful out, and keep it. I guess what I want to say here is all parts of you are welcome here. Okay, even the parts in the back that are like, well, who is this? What am I doing? All parts of you are welcome here. The unsecure parts, the parts that haven't been touched in a long time, all of your greatness, your spiritual gifts, your healer, all parts of you are welcome here. Are y'all getting this? Say, I'm getting it. That's great. Incredible. Okay. Well, let's dive in. The first thing I get to do with you before my goal here is like 80% experience and 20% information. Okay. 20% information and 80% transformation. So I'm just going to give you right into the experience of what the essence of theta healing is by the fundamental meditation that has you connecting to source. And what I say about this meditation practice that you can take with you on your own, or if you've been practicing this opportunity to deepen that practice. It has been the most powerful meditation tool for me because I have an ADHD brain. I got recently diagnosed with it, but it's been in my life my whole time. And traditional meditation methods have not worked for me. Anyone else tried to sit still, stare at a wall, and think about nothing for 5 minutes? Anyone else had a hard time with that? Me too. It didn't work for me. But theta healing has been so amazing because it allowed me to meditate and fully be immersed, to visualize, to have a full experience that I can see and feel and fully experience. So I'm going to take you on a guided visualization journey that has you connecting to the theta brainwave state. And we'll talk more about exactly what theta healing is in a little bit. But first, I'm going to give you an experience. Who's ready for that? Okay, cool, cool, cool. So, we're going to actually stack our manifestation tools. One of the things we do at our masterminds and retreats, we stack our tools. So we're going to pair breath work with the meditation. It's like peanut butter and jelly. It's like 1 + 1 = 11. It just enhances everything. So this breath we're going to do is the 10x breath. It's something worth getting excited about. I just done one with Rashida, right? My MBA buddy. We did a 10x breath. She's like, I am grounded. That stuff is working. So what it's going to be, it's a box breath. For those of you who are not familiar with box breathing, it's you're in a square, and your first 10 seconds is a 10-second, it's a 10-second inhale. It's a kind of a long time to inhale. It's a slow inhale, and it's a 10-second hold. And then it's a 10, at the hold, you will set your intention for today. And then it's a 10-second exhale. And all the bad energy goes out. Anything that no longer serves gets to be pushed out. And then when the air's all the way out, that's a 10-second hold again. Now, that's the magical one because after 10 seconds with no air holding, your body's starting to go, I need air now. I'm going to die. And so the practice is to not reactively, oh my God, I got to breathe out, but to literally gently and just watch that noise, watch that voice, and then on your own time, slowly and gently breathe in. So the first time is going to be different than the 5th time or the 10th time that you're doing this, so it gets better with practice. But that's the breath work that's going to perfectly set up the meditation. At any point, if you're doing this meditation or the training, think, am I doing this correctly? Am I messing this up? I think I'm not doing this right. That means you're doing it correctly. Okay? You can't mess this up. That's how easy this is. Amazing. Okay, cool. Who's ready for this? Okay, we're gonna count to 3 and do a breath in unison. We're gonna sync up. It's gonna be we're starting a 10-second inhale on 3. 1, 2, 3. Sip some air. Hold 2, 3, 4. Set your intention. And let it go for 10 slowly. Feel your heart. All the bad energy out. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Slowly inhale. 10. Ah. Go ahead and return to your quiet, regular breath. Eyes closed. Feel your body. On this next exhale, send your energy to the ground. Connecting to the core of the earth. I imagine golden roots coming out of my spine, connecting with the core of the earth. The molten metal, the magma in the center of the earth, always there supporting you. Now have the energy from Mama Earth rise up through your roots, through the golden roots, and lighting up each one of your chakras, your power centers, from the bottom of your spine all the way to the top of your head. And at the top of your head, see a ball of light forming, a beautiful ball of light. And just notice what color that ball of light has. And put yourself inside of that ball of light. And that ball of light turns into a spaceship. And you're in a cockpit. And on 3, you're going to outer space, connecting with the divine, connecting with the brightest star in the universe. On 3, 1, 2, 3. Up, 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 past the moon and the stars, higher and higher. That's right, feeling lighter and lighter. Past the galaxies, and the galaxies get smaller than a speck of dust. Past the edge of the universe, as if you could. Past bright and dark colors, to layers of beautiful colors, through a golden band, through a jello-like substance, floating through this pink cloud of compassion with your spaceship, feeling the compassion in your heart. Now, allow it to open. Allow yourself to really receive and float into the divine light, the familiar divine essence. Float into the nucleus of this white light now and completely let go of your bubble. Completely let go of that spaceship and completely allow yourself to let go. Now breathe this in and just notice this energy. It's white as snow. It's all love. Notice what's not love here. What's not possible here. See if you can reach the bounds of it. Where does this end? And where does it begin? And notice how you are part of this energy. It's beyond space and time. It's always here now. And it's an essential part of who you are. And with this space, anything is possible. Instant manifestations, anything can be healed. It's how we call in our soulmates, our soulmate dream clients, and manifest our dreams. Just ask yourself, what is possible with this? And we can make commands. So I'm going to ask the creator, it's commanded that unconditional healing and love be sent to each and every one of us and to the entire world. Thank you. It is done. It is done. It is done. Show me. Go and float on back into your body and see a giant ball of light and love just rain upon the entire earth. And floating back into your heart, receiving some of that love energy we send out into your heart. And when you're ready, come back into the moment, fully present, ready to learn and receive. Float on back. On my count of 3, find your seat. Find your feet. 1, 2, 3. Come on back. Yeah. How was that? Maybe we'll, in the chat, just like the one word, how did that feel to connect to that white light? What is that feeling in one word? Just type it in the chat. Nice. Home. Transcendent, dizzy making. Perfect. Calm. Infinite. I love it. Sleepy. Weightless. Yeah, invigorating. Absolutely. That's Theta Healing. Welcome to Theta Healing. It is all of that and so much more. Who feels like starting your day this way would really be supportive, right? What opens up if you could start your meetings, your work day with take meetings with clients, talking to your family members, start it off with a theta meditation. Who thinks that would be pretty supportive for how your day goes? Yep, it's 100% available. Permission is granted. You can do this. Awesome. All right. So I get to tell you a little bit about a high level what theta healing is, and then my story and how we got here, all that good stuff. So what is theta healing? It is a transformational technology. It is a philosophy. It is a meditation technique. And it's also a healing modality. And it is all of the above, and it is so much more. It's this Marvel universe of experiences that the deeper it goes, the deeper it goes. Every single, when you go through these layers of light in the meditation, from the golden band to the pink cloud of compassion, every single one of those layers has its own meaning. And there's an entire universe inside of each. That golden band we're talking about, that's an angelic realm. When you master that, you can talk to angels and channel. That pink cloud of compassion we're talking about, you can talk to the laws of the universe, like the law of magnetism. Nikola Tesla, he downloaded like information before his time. Einstein, information before their time. Creativity, divine intelligence that is practical in today's world. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. It's amazing. Okay, I'm very obsessed, so I'm gonna never shut up about this. And sometimes I get carried away, so I gotta stick to my agenda. Okay, so that's high level what theta healing is. My as Nikki shared, my name is Miro. Hi, welcome. I'm a certified theta healing practitioner and master trainer. I'm also the founder of Manifest X, and I like to take epic visionaries, conscious entrepreneurs on adventures and masterminds and retreats. I do some private coaching and mentorship, and we do certification programs, which some of you will hear more about. And we do epic adventures. And I'm also fiance, father, freestyle rapper, and divine channel, intuitive guide. This goes on. Yeah. Okay. And why am I here? How did I find theta healing? And why does this even matter? So before theta healing, I can share you a vulnerable story. Is it cool if I get really real with you guys? Okay, cool. In 2018, I went through a divorce, and that was the very much hardest time of my life. Anyone else? Thank you for your vulnerability. Thank you so much. It means a lot. Yeah, it was very difficult, and it showed up all, victim mindset is like, she did this to me, right? And being responsible, what that time taught me is all the toxins that I already had inside of me. My first ever, I was literally so depressed at one point that I had suicidal thoughts, and my, partner at the time, my ex-wife, she had homicidal thoughts. That means I would go to bed at night thinking that she was going to stab me in my sleep. And I thought that, and that's the environment that I had created. So, at one point, I was having suicidal thoughts driving home from work, and my work was like so hard. I felt like I was Aquaman trying to lift Thor's hammer. So it's like, why is this so hard? Maybe I'm not worthy. I'm not strong enough. I'm not good enough. Meanwhile, I was like trying to do this like corporate success story. And inside of me was a deeper calling that wanted to emerge, a higher version of me. My soul was calling me to do higher work, higher purpose work. And so um, one day I was driving home from work, and I remember going in traffic, and I remember the Missouri River on the right, green, and then this red semi truck coming my way. And I was remember thinking, am I going to swerve into the river or drive in oncoming traffic into the truck? And it was at that moment that I realized, okay, I can't tolerate this thought. I can't live my life this way. And I didn't know how to get out of it. So I said, God help. And I wasn't a praying man at this time. I didn't have this relationship with God, source, or the universe that I have today, but I was desperate. So I prayed. And within a few weeks, I sort of manifested, like my prayers answered, my first ever mentor, who was a NLP coach and an energy healer. And he helped me realize that I was creating my own reality, and I created it all. And I also can recreate what it is that I want. And it opened the door for healing, transformation, becoming a conscious entrepreneur coach. And I was like, you're doing that for a living? That's what I want to do. And I tried everything. I done NLP, hypnosis, hypnotherapy, affirmations, journaling, ayahuasca, all the plant medicine. So I have some new friends coming in, and let me know if you've tried some of those things. Okay, so some of the things you can type in my chat that you've tried. Okay, that are powerful tools. And all of those work, right? Those are all wonderful, but it wasn't until I found Theta Healing that my life went exponential. It was from incremental, like getting through, like this is working okay, to holy shit, this is the most powerful tool I've experienced. What is this? And my life took a dramatic change. I had the opportunity to manifest my compatible soulmate, which is my fiance, who you all know here with today, who has no thought about murdering me as far as I know. That's good. Maybe once or twice, but the healthy, reasonable amount. Um, no, but I, had the opportunity to create so much beautiful magic in my life, internal confidence, authentic connections to God. I started channeling DMs from God with absolute certainty. I no longer doubted my spirituality or whether or not God exists, and have living proof when I look at her and the life that we've created that God is real and manifestation works. And we started international retreats, and I got to live my dream life with with the love of my life, going to places I love, with the people I love. And my business went exponential while having the best time ever. And it's just been amazing. So now my students, and this is the best part, that's the beauty of theta healing. It always works. Like it never doesn't work. For as long as the person open and they're ready to heal, people are getting downloads, breakthroughs, and it's something you can replicate inside of your own life and your own business on your own and with your students. And that's my favorite when they start sharing with me. It's like, I did this intuitive reading and this person has a breakthrough. And now it's like People are getting from like giving up on love to having their dream house, their dream baby, and their dream husband. You know, it's like those are the kinds of transformation. Moms are telling me that they have their energy back, and now their daughter, like their kids, are having their mom back. You know, it's those types of stories. People transforming their relationships with themselves, with their family, with their business, with their clients, finding their purpose, going all in. It's been the most magical gift in the world. So I'm so grateful I have an opportunity to share this with you, and you get to hear from some of our students who are graduates and are on the journey of theta healing that are here today, and so you can hear from them. But so this is what theta healing is and the power of it. So it's literally giving you permission to have your magic wand back, to say, I'm creating this and it's going to happen because I say so. Who wants that? Who wants the magic wand? Who knows that they already got the magic wand? Who just wants to like fine tune their magic wand so it works every time? All right, cool, cool. You're in the right place. Thank you guys for playing fun with me. Let's do this. So that's the story from divorce to divine union, launching retreats, traveling the world. You're going to hear some results from students who are here. Maybe we have do we have one or two stories? Somebody who is a graduate who has a cool story of what Theta Healing did for them. Only if you have a burner, this will be a moment to jump up and Chantel's in the room. What's going on? Oh my God, come on, girl. Such a nice surprise. Okay, who's ready? Last chance. It's your time to shine. I will nominate somebody if you don't. Okay, cool.
Allison's hand is raised.
What's going on, Allison? Everyone say, what's up, Allison?
What's up, Allison?
Oh, thank you. I did heal my friend. I offered her a free theta a few months ago, and she looked at me like I wanted her to sign a contract with the devil, and I was going to get out my pentagram. So she said no. And later on, she's a breast cancer survivor. She had a double mastectomy, and it leached her bones, all the chemicals. And so they put her on some really horrific prescription drug to make her bones stronger. And she became violently ill. And she was texting me how miserable she was. And by day 2, she said, "Can you send me a healing?" And so I did a theta on her, and I knew right here in my solar plexus that I had healed her. And I said, and I don't know where this came from. It was like a download. I said, get some rest tonight. You're going to be better tomorrow. And she sweat in her sheets so bad that they were wet. Her husband had to change the sheets. And the morning she was still and then by the afternoon she texted me. She goes, "You healed me. I'm good." So it was pretty powerful, and it was really nice to be able to do that for someone.
Wow, let's give it up for Allison. How did that feel knowing that you healed her that way?
Amazing. It felt amazing that we have that power to do that.
Yeah.
To help someone.
Super powerful. I'm very excited. So thank you so much for sharing that story, Allison. So good. Yeah. Yeah, Allison is a graduate, an incredible superstar student, and healer. She's a theta healer. So y'all, if you want theta healing, Allison is around. And there's a few more incredible theta healers here in the room. Some of them haven't raised their hands, so I might have to call somebody up. But it would be nice to hear maybe one more story. Somebody who has a positive, powerful theta healing story. Colleen.
I was looking for the hand raiser thing. I didn't know the proper way to insert myself in here. So my name is Colleen.
Everybody say, what's up, Colleen?
What's up, Colleen?
Colleen's one of our star
What's up,
students.
Colleen?
And she is
Hi,
doing
everybody.
private work with me one-on-one. And so I love seeing her progress and shine. So please say something to these people, Colleen.
Well, I have been lucky enough to work with Miro for the last few months, since this summer, working somewhat intensively. I had some experience with theta healing, but I really needed some work with false beliefs, and also really just work on myself. I was also going through a divorce last summer, and I feel like theta helped me really do a 180 and not only one of those things where, oh, you kind of fix your problems. I really feel like it got to the root of my problems. We really touched on, you know, childhood issues, um, like I said, false beliefs that I had that were really bringing me down, thoughts, really deep seated beliefs that, you know, of unworthiness and things like that. So I feel like I have come worlds since this time last year. And then in January, got Theta certified. And I feel like I'm still working on myself, but I am excited to get started in Theta work because I know how much it works. I have experienced physical sensations as well as deep, deep emotional relief from Theta. And I swear by it. I perform it on myself almost every day. And I think that it's one of those things where it, it can it can help you get past things that other things really can't. It does the trick in some areas that uh, other things wouldn't have been able to help with. I've done talk therapy. I've done all kinds of different therapies, drug therapies, and therapies as antidepressants, things like that. Horse therapies, physical therapies, diet and exercise types of things. And uh, I have found Theta to be the thing that kind of just ties everything all together. Living a balanced life is still important. It's not going to fix everything if you're not doing the work and truly being honest with yourself when you're doing the self work, when you're doing your own shadow work. But as far as learning the modality and really feeling like something that can be very, very valuable to somebody. And I think for me, knowing that it cannot hurt, that if you go through healing somebody else with positive intentions and with love in your heart, you're not going to hurt anybody, but it really could do worlds of good. So it's a wonderful practice.
Let's give it up for Colleen, everybody. Thank you so much for sharing that. Yeah, I acknowledge you for always diving in, like doing the inner work on yourself first. And it's so funny when we do that work on ourselves, we actually start noticing patterns in other people are shifting as well. And the people you're tracking for relationships are different, and the whole energy, the frequency goes up. You know how you probably heard this thing where like your vibe attracts your tribe, right? And your tribe also attracts your vibe, and it goes both ways. So the better each of us get, the bigger and better all of us get. And so being surrounded by incredible human beings like Colleen is just a gift. So I acknowledge you, Colleen, for doing that. So good. And we're breaking generational curses. This stuff is so we're gonna go in now, actually perfect segue into why. We know what theta healing is. We heard from some students. Why does it work so well? Why does it work where other things haven't worked? And I've been puzzling with this. Is like, holy, like, what is going on? Like, why am I feeling so much results and creating results now when all this other stuff was sort of not quite as powerful? And so let's just dive in. So there's actually four belief levels. My theta students know this, but there's four levels of beliefs that create your own reality. And when you master really understanding each of those levels and heal on all four, you create powerful results within you and powerful results within your clients. And many of you know, for some of you, this is a reminder. For them, but I want you to listen to this, not like from an agree to disagree standpoint, but literally just like absorb this information, like you would listen to music. Okay, just like let it all land and let it work on you. All right, especially those of you who are experts. I realize we have Hannah in a room, people with decades of experience with all of the modalities and the therapies. So I'm very grateful for your presence. And just take the expert hat off for a second and be a student and allow yourself to receive, okay? So with that, so the first belief level, why theta healing is so important is the core belief level. And so the core belief levels, you can write this down. This is the part where you're allowed to take notes and just write this down to make sure you get it. Um, the core belief level is the subconscious belief level of that are typically formed between ages 0 to 7. Some studies say 0 to 11, some say 0 to 4. We don't need to count the days. That's all right. But it's basically the moment where the pink bubble bursts. Okay? When you're born, everything is happy, everything is fine until you have a moment, and then you like make up a decision about yourself and the world that maybe you hear somebody laugh, or your parent spanks you, or you fall off the table, or like something, and you make up a story. I'm stupid, or I'm not smart enough, or I'm not good enough, or something. And it can be a capital T trauma, and something major happens, you see your parents fight, or something terrible happens worse, or something small. But for one reason or another, we make up a story and a limiting decision that impacts the entire rest of our lives. I'm sure many of you are masters at this, so you already know about this. Now, level two. Now we're starting to get more interesting. Level two, what might be level two? One of my Theta graduates, what's level two? Second level of beliefs. It's the DNA level. The issues are in the tissues, okay? Now, it's such a powerful thing, whether it's from your mom's side. I'm gonna speak for my mother is German, okay? My father is African American. So I have lineage going many generations back on both sides. Who knows that Germans have gone through some trauma? Yeah, they did. Who knows that Africans have gone through some trauma? Oh, yeah, they did. So unless and until we undo that work, we make the unconscious conscious and rework that, it will continue to drive your life, and you'll call it what? You call it fate. And proof of this is if you ever gone into an elevator and you're like feeling kind of weird about the person being there, like, what is going on? It's literally cells talk to cells. They're communicating to each other. So if in previous generations your races or your countries were at war with each other, you might be literally just activated from that. There's a study done with mice where your mice is the one that's very close to human DNA, where they had electrocuted this like cage with mice. They're all unharmed today. I'm sure they're all getting foot rubs today, but these mice were electrocuted whenever they smelled a scent. And so then these mice had babies, and the babies of the babies were exposed to that scent. And they've never been in the same room, but they were exposed to that scent. And every time they smelt it, they started running around their cages like crazy, like somebody electrocuted them. Now, what does it tell us about DNA level beliefs? We inherit these things from our parents, grandparents, 5,000 generations back. And unless and until we undig that, we deactivate those poverty codes, they will have an impact on our lives. Now, that's the second level, DNA level healing, very powerful. Now, third level, and this one gets interesting, is past lives. Now, some people, work with medical doctors, don't believe that past lives exist. And that's okay. You don't need to believe in them for them to have an impact on you, right? Your unconscious will recognize them when you have a past life belief. And if your unconscious believes it's a past life, you got to do the past life level work to resolve that. And there's a book called Many Lives, Many Masters. You already know Hannah. She's like right there with me. Um, and so Brian Weiss, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. You already know. So yeah, he did these studies, and he's a medical doctor who also didn't believe in all this woo-woo shit, but he had literally patients come in and talk to him about past lives, and he was able to verify these historical facts and was able to verify every single thing that was being said over and over again. And so he became a believer in past lives and started to heal people just from that level alone. Now it's past lives. Now level 4. Now this is the interesting one. This is the one that's like mind-blowing. And when you hear about it, you're just like, I know this already. And you're just like, just needed somebody to tell you. It's the soul level belief. Theta healing heals on a soul level. And how you experience this when you tap in and do an energy healing on somebody, you release a soul level belief. It's like, it feels like from the heart. But when we came into these bodies, some of you know, like, are you a human with the soul, or are you a soul with a body and a human experience? So before we embody this, what I believe, that we actually had a soul. It goes beyond time and space. And we're here with particular gifts. Our souls are here on this planet with specific gifts that we're here to share with the world. Specific gifts, but also specific wounds. that we're here to heal, that we are here to heal, and we attract the perfect experiences to activate those wounds. Why? So we can heal and remember who we are. We're here to walk each other home. We just get to remember that we're actually infinite, divine, all love, possibilities, and we literally have this human experience to remember that. And this is the work that we're up to. How cool is that? Are y'all getting this? So yes, that's fire, right? Soul-centered life is something that is available. And this is why I'm still called to do the theta healing work, because my soul is craving it. It makes my soul happy. And theta healing is the only modality that I know that consistently heals on all 4 levels at the same time. At the same time. That's amazing. So that's a little bit of theory. Now, how are we feeling about this? Okay, I want to hear some shares, some takeaways. Who's already having an aha moment? Let's hear from you guys. What's up, Christina? Nice to see some faces. Appreciate the notes in the chat, Nikki. Shares. Make sure y'all getting this. And then we're going to do an exercise. Go ahead, Hannah. Everyone say, what's up, Hannah?
What's up, Hannah?
Thank you. Hi. So I did level 1, and then I have always have a lot going on, like probably most people. And then I just been slowly being called back to learn more. And I've had these very weird experiences with signs. Um, so as they're kind of coming in faster, but the most recent one I had was I was in California. And we went up to Big Bear Mountain and stayed in a cabin. And there was a plaque, and it was very relaxing for me, which I really needed, on the door that said Haven Summit. And we were debating the word haven, like, what does haven, maybe it should be Heaven Summit. And, we just, every time we'd walk through the door, there was this sign, and fussed around the meaning of the word haven. Anyway, I eventually had to leave California, all the sun and warm weather, to come back to Connecticut. And I sat down next to this guy on the plane, and we're chatting, and he was a tech guy, which I need some help with tech stuff, with my work. And midway through our conversation, I asked him what his name was. So he said his name was Haven. And I just was like shocked. And I said, what does that actually mean? And he said it means safety, protection, love, security, things that I'm in a transition with certain things, and things, of course, I'm seeking on certain levels. And so I'm still kind of buzzing from that. Even if I don't ever see him again, or we exchange numbers around the tech stuff, and, he has a life in another city, but it's just the fact that there was that divine. I've never met anyone named Haven. I've never really used the word haven. And then it was this plaque on this cabin. And then the guy sat next to on the plane, and we're chatting. And he said his name was Haven and told me the precise meaning. So I feel like it was connected because of this, desire to kind of learn more about theta and the healing of it. So that's my little story.
That's amazing. Let's give it up for Hannah. I love
Thank
that.
you.
Who else had like this wild synchronicity where just like things are just
Synchronicity. Yeah.
lining up and it's like the universe is communicating to you? Who's getting that already? Yeah. The more I dive into this theta work, the more these moments are happening. And it's to the point where it's just like
Yeah.
trustful with the universe, like ping pong. It just keeps happening. And it's just like constant validation from the universe that you're on the right track.
Mhm.
So good.
Thank
Hell
you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Love that. Okay, let's dive into it. We're going to move into what's next. Now that you know about 4 belief levels, in a moment, we're going to do a hot seat. So, but first, we want to make sure everybody's accurately triggered. Okay. Everybody needs to have something that they're working on. So, the prompt I'm going to give you is, I wrote this down. I'm prepared. I thought about this. Oh, easy. What is the number one thing that you want to change about yourself? What is the number one thing you want to change about yourself? So this is for your journal. Just go ahead and be with it, you and you. Number one thing I want to change about myself is okay. For many of you, it's the first thing that came to mind. Notice how you're already negotiating with yourselves. Like, oh, it can't be that one. That's fine. I can live with that. No, it came up for a reason. Okay. So, where does that come from? Does everybody have a one thing? Just go ahead and raise your hand if you have a one thing. This is probably the thing that you've been dealing with, and you're just like, yeah, I gotta deal with this. Cool. Who's not yet got a one thing? Who wants some support with that? Okay, really important that you have a one thing you want to change about yourself. So, and one thing I will say, nothing is wrong with you. A couple of things about theta healing. One, I'm not doing the healing to you. The divine is doing the healing. I'm simply a vessel, a channel. I'm holding the space. I'm holding the intention for it to happen. So as a channel, healing happens through me, and then when you're channeling, it happens through you. And that's important to note. Also, we don't discredit any other modalities. They all work, some better than others for certain people. Theta healing is not for everyone. It's for the people who are ready for it, who are open to it. And also traditional therapy, by all means, do both. Be in the medical Western society and have that in your life. And, in the woo world with ancient technologies as well. Why not? You can have it all. With that said, who's ready to share a one thing that they want to change about themselves and get some support on the hot seat? See your hands. I see Chris is already having an experience. Would you like to support with
I'll
that?
share.
I'm witnessing Chris here. I acknowledge you, Colleen, for jumping in. I just wonder if Chris is loving some support right now. Yeah. Do you want to come off mute and share with us? Let's let's give it up for Chris, everyone.
Hey, Chris.
Ah,
Um, I am. It's a willingness to deserve what I deserve, what we all deserve. We all deserve healing, and it's a willingness to know in my being that I deserve it. In this body had such misinformation, and it's such a gift that you said soul level beliefs, and my soul said, see, you have always been worthy, you have always deserved, you have always, I did choose a hard life. I did choose a path of learning how it is for all of us that we don't feel what we can know, but here I am. It is time for me to receive so that I can give from a place of overflow rather than from lack and whatever this is that I've been doing.
yes. Wow. Let's give it up for Chris. Thank you so much for sharing. I acknowledge you, Chris, for being such a brave soul, for being such a brave soul, and coming on here and just showing all of us what it looks like to be vulnerable and courageous. And you are worthy. You've always been worthy. And I know you know that. Very, very good. Okay. If you want, you can stay on the hot seat and play with me a little bit longer. Yeah. Okay. And then for the rest of the gang, I want you to imagine. By the way, are you getting what Chris is experiencing? Are you feeling this too? Anyone else? Just raise your hand if you resonate with her. Amazing. Just look at that. Okay. So when we're about to do an intervention, with your permission, do I have permission to tap in with you, Chris, energetically,
Yes,
and
please.
and do some healing with you as well?
Yes, please.
Incredible. And for the rest of you, when you can observe and just see what is happening, or you can choose to imagine you're in Chris's seat. Imagine that it's you receiving the healing. Because if there's any part of you that has worthiness come up, ability to receive come up, wanting to give from an overflow and not from an empty cup, you are Chris too. We're all Chris, right? Y'all getting this? Okay, cool. With that, I'm gonna go ahead and tap in and do an energetic read with you, Chris. You're welcome to join me in just going back into the heart and imagine going back into the white light. I go into the white light and I just say, Creator has commanded that a reading is done, an intuitive read on Chris at this time. Show me what is at the heart of this worthiness receiving conversation. Thank you. It is done. It is done. It is done. Show me. Okay. So the question I'll ask you, Chris, and I asked everyone to witness for themselves this conversation, that number one thing you want to change about yourself. Where does it come from?
It's it's definitely DNA fed by core beliefs, fed by it is those two.
Mhm. Thank you. It's very attuned that you're already aware of soul level, DNA level. You literally said it. And this is one thing I want to demonstrate with this journey is like we can sometimes go back and have childhood memories coming around and then go back further and like, you know what? This is not even mine. This is my mom's side or my dad's side, or even earlier than that, which would mean past lives or soul level. So I'm going to ask you on this issue of deservingness. When is the very first time the root cause, the very first time that when unleashed and released unlocks all the other ones? When did this really begin? Mhm.
My great grandmother
Is this your mom's side or dad's side?
on my mom's side.
Okay,
I don't know anything about my father's side.
that's all right. So it's
I
on your
mean,
mom's
what I do
side.
know.
That's all right. Do I have permission to interrupt you at times just to get you straight to the heart of it? Okay,
Yes.
thank you. So grandmother on great grandmother on your mom's side, what was going on for her
She was she was sent to residential school.
to residential school? And okay, why was that important?
It was they were it was forced assimilation. It was an attempt to tell her that everything that she had ever known was wrong.
Oh, wow. Thank you for that. A forced assimilation. Everything she'd ever known was wrong. And what did she decide about herself at that time?
It was safer to believe that and to live that way.
Hmm.
It was the
Okay.
only place of safety.
Okay. Let's go ahead and send her some love and release some trauma from that time. Yes? If you were to make a statement, it's safer to blank. What would that be? What's the belief?
Safer to act like the white man. The
Mhm.
language is not mine.
Mhm. I say for to act like the white man. The language is not mine. And what is underneath all of that? I heard you say something to the extent that everything she had known was wrong. What's underneath all of that?
Shame,
Mm.
so much shame.
All right, let that open up. That's okay. All right. There it is. What is that belief she needed to let go of? We call it the bottom belief, the one that held it all together, that when released, releases all of the shame.
The way she treated her children, she forced them into it as well.
Mm. Yeah. And that is the nature of a generational pattern. Hurt people, hurt people. They don't do it out of ill will or bad intentions. It's simply all they know. And that rippled down all the way from your great grandmother. And you can probably see where in your life that still plays a role today. Yeah, yeah. So are you ready to let that go?
Oh, please.
Okay. So we're going to go ahead and ask the creator to release the belief it's not safe to be me. Yeah? Does that resonate? And what would you like to replace that with? Instead of it's not safe to be me, what would you like instead? Mhm. Go ahead, and Chris. It is safe to.
It is safe to love myself this much.
There it is. Awesome. All right, take a deep breath into your heart. Let it go. Creator, it's commanded that the belief it is not safe to be me and Chris and everyone here be pulled, canceled, released, resolved on a subconscious level, on a DNA level, on a soul level, and on all past lives, or on all four levels in the highest and best way, and that be replaced with it is safe to love myself this much in the highest and best way. Thank you. It is done. It is done. It is done. Show me. How's that feeling?
Moose ketchup. That's how we would say before.
Yeah. Beautiful. All right, let's give it up for Chris, everyone. And real quick, Chris, before you complete, we're going to do a muscle test so that you have evidence that the belief is gone. And this is a tool that everyone here can take home as well. For those of you who are initiated, you know, a muscle test is what you'll do is you'll use your body as a pendulum. Make sure I don't rip my cable off. You're gonna stand up and go, body, show me a strong yes. Body, show me a strong no. Bodies on all levels, it is safe to be me. Body on all levels, it is safe to be loved this much. Okay? That's what you want as a positive result, leaning forward. Okay, go ahead and do your muscle test with the one belief that you had, the one thing that you want to change about yourself. And if there's still something there, good. And theta healing, there's no bad trigger. It's only hooray awareness. Amazing. Now I know exactly what to work on next. All right, what were your results, Chris?
Definitely. Safe to be me. Safe to love me this much.
Yes, it is. Let's go. Isn't that beautiful? That's my favorite thing. And you know, I could ask Chris like how long she had been carrying that, how long that had impacted her up until now. But the answer was right there in her share. It was not only her whole life, it was going way back to great grandma. And that's the power of theta healing. In an instant, I mean, how long was that? 10 minutes or 15? I don't know. I forget all the time. But you moved that. Boom, quick. And I will say it is not me. It is your readiness to let it go in the power of the creator, the power that's theta healing. And that's something that's available for all of us. Yeah. So let's give some love to Chris. Again, acknowledge your courage, your bravery. I'm gonna turn it over to the group. What is one observation, a takeaway, something you've received from that exchange? What is the gift that you've received? That's the question. You can just pop it in the chat. Okay, Anna. Is it Ann Lisa? I do want to hear from you, sister. You got something to say. You got something to say.
Hi, Miro. Um, when we started, a knot formed at the base of my left shoulder blade when you started working with her. And now, like, it's dissolved. So it's not, because it was really uncomfortable. I was like, oh, Jesus. But as we work through it, it now has dissolved, so it's not there.
Let's go. I love that so much. It's so fun. My intention was to do a hot seat, like a one demonstration, and then a group healing where everyone gets it. And what happened is everyone got it.
Yep.
Y'all got it. It's so good. Okay. And I acknowledge you, and Lisa, for staying in the healing, staying in the practice when it got uncomfortable. And that's where I've seen the most successful, amazing healers and transformational leaders. They notice the discomfort and lean into it, get curious about it. And that makes the difference between you, conscious entrepreneurs and leaders and healers, and you know, lovingly the muggles out there in the world, right? It is noticing an internal obstacle and going, I'm going to lean in and discover what that's about. As opposed to, oh, that's the government. That's my, you know, that's the axe. That's someone else. That's the boss right there. But being able to, what is that inside me? And getting to the bottom of it. And it changes your world. You change your belief, you change your be life. So I acknowledge you for doing that work.
Thank you.
Amazing.
And Miro, it's Annalisa.
Annalisa. Thank you for correcting me. I love to getting names right. And it's pronounced Miro. Ha! So I got
I
you.
keep rolling the R's. Miro.
Yeah. I like to roll the R's. It's a German R roll, and I don't expect anyone here to get that right. That's another
I will
class.
likely go learn it, and I got that.
Okay, cool. That's another class, though. I will definitely do that class one day. There's a burrito, which is the Mexican. Let's not start. Okay, moving on. I love languages. Okay, So we did a group healing. Okay, I gotta make sure. If somebody's still triggered, like still somebody got something. It's like, oh, I got okay. Allison got
Yep.
it.
And I do have a request too on the
Yes.
group healing. Something that I've seen you do before that's been really effective for the group is like having us share in the chat what are those things that we want to clear, and then you clear it for the group and we just give permission. Because sometimes when we see someone else's, we're like, oh man, me too. So just requesting if we have space for that, that level of group healing, that we can clear several beliefs that we might be sharing in the collective here all at once.
I'm okay with that. Are you guys okay with that? Of course. Let's do it. Okay, cool. So what is the number one thing that you still have to work through, get to work through, that you're blessed to work through? Go ahead and share that in the chat.
Mindset.
All right, beautiful. Anyone else got some money mindset things? Awesome.
Money energy in the, you know.
Yes, money energy. Let's go. Let's go with that money. I'm seeing some chat blocking money, money energy, isolation. Ooh, that's juicy. Oh, people have been holding a lot, body image issues. I really appreciate all the courage here in the chat. Vulnerability, playing full out. Awesome. Amazing. All right. This reminds me of our last Joshua Tree retreat. We had a phrase where we lovingly call each other forth and go, when somebody shares a limiting story about themselves, we just go, let that shit go, fam. Let that shit go, fam. So go ahead and point at somebody here and go, let that shit go, fam. Let that shit go, fam. So y'all have permission to let that shit go. Okay? All right. Permission to tap in with each of you and do energetic clearing. Okay. Oh, I see sovereignty. I see yeses. Okay. Go ahead and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in together. Exhale with a sigh. Let that shit go. Find your energy, send it to the ground. Creator has commanded that an energetic clearing is done on every single soul in this room, including myself. That the biggest thing that needs to be released at this time be pulled, canceled, released on all 4 levels, brought into the light, and replaced with divine love, worthiness, abundance, safety, connection, self-love, transformation in the highest and best way at this time and in the easiest way. Thank you. It is done. It is done. It is done. Show me and show us all. Allow yourself to receive and have that land. Big cleansing breath in. Let it go with the sigh. Okay, we're going to do another bonus exercise while you're in this energy. Go ahead and say yes when you want to receive the download. Downloads are these things where you acclimate your nervous system with a frequency and emotion that heals the voids of what was previously there. So if you want to know, just say yes, and you don't have to unmute for this. If you want to know what it means to have the creator's definition, the highest truth of that it's safe to be connected, say yes. That it's safe to be connected to your body, that it's safe to be connected to your soul, that it's safe to be connected to your parents, that it's safe to be connected to your subconscious mind, that it's safe to be connected to community, that it's safe to be connected to your faith, that it's safe to be connected to your God as you know it. If you want all of that or any of that, say yes. You want to know what it feels like to have the creator's definition, the highest truth of what it means to be worthy. You already know how to be worthy, that you are worthy, that it's safe to be worthy, and you've always been worthy. Okay. Now let that land. with your worthiness, safety, connection completely embodied, what possibility opens up for you in your love life, in your connection to the source, in your spiritual practice? What opens up in your money, in your career and business, in your fun and fulfillment? You are worthy. You've always been. Going down the timeline 3 years from now, how's your life evolved? Safe, worthy, connected. 5 years, 10 years, how amazing do you feel? How do you carry yourself? Who else does it positively impact? See their faces and the ripple impact 20, 30 years down the line on all involved. I breathe that in. I'm going to bring it back. Deep cleansing breath with gratitude. Thank you, creator of all that is. God, as you know it, for bringing us here together, for sharing this practice, allowing me to heal and receive the codes that is theta healing. When you feel complete, you can come back into your heart, find your feet, blink your eyes open, and be ready to share. All right. We're doing great. Y'all doing amazing. Go ahead and share in the chat. What's opening up for me is come on back, everyone. Some of you really got relaxed there. That's amazing. Come on back, Caroline, Adrian, Sydney. Is it D? Welcome back, everyone. All right. RJ Horner. Wow, floating. Infinite income. Let's go, infinite income. I subscribe to that. I'm having what he's having. Freedom, infinite love for my body. Oh, mortgage is paid. Space is clear for celebration and love. That's so awesome. Wealth is opening up for Christina. Let's go. That's beautiful. Release, peace, and agency. Hannah says, what's opening up is my heart. Each download so much warmth around my heart. Let's go. You are all naturally gifted. I will say this group is unique in that you are all amazing healers. Intuitive. Some of you born with the eyes open. Very honored in your space. Moved. Moved to tears over here. Whew. All right, so we've got 14 minutes, and I want to make sure we have enough room to hear from some of you, get your questions answered, and have some exciting announcements. All right, Chris says what's going on, what's opening up for me is the possibility across all time and space for all beings, a gift we can all share. The overflowing gratitude is not fully encompassed in mere words. So real. Phew. Well said, woman. Why is saying clarity, wealth, travel, abundance, love, romantic. Okay. And other aspects. Miles of smiles. Possibilities are limitless. Awesome. I'm loving these shares, you guys. I'm so juiced up on it. So good. Okay, cool. So much good stuff. I want to do this all day. I want to do this all day. Anyone else feel this way? Like you could do this forever? This is so good. You know, when we do our Theta Healing certification program, we spend 3 full days in the energy of the creator, diving deeper and deeper and deeper. We do breakout rooms. We do readings on another person, and they're spot on every time. And you have breakthroughs and you get feedback. You're an amazing healer. That's working. And then you come back in and you get a download and some more content, and then you go back in and practice again. And you're better every time. We do this all day back and forth until you're confident as a healer. And then you go out there in the world and practice with your students and clients and change the world. So that actually brings me to our exciting announcement. Everybody say announcement. Okay, cool. So I'm so grateful that we have just opened the doors to our next class of Theta Healing graduates, certified Theta Healing practitioners. So this is for people who either want to dive deeper into the work that is Theta Healing to master these tools of manifestation, intuition, and everything that we experienced here, meditation, and do this with your own clients. Or you want to experience the power of like 30 years of therapy in 3 days for your own healing. And you deserve that too. Some people like to do both. Every time I do a session with somebody, some parts of me are healing as I'm paying the healing forward as well. So whether you're that person that wants to heal and dive deeper into that work and unlock those possibilities, or you just want to sharpen your skills and serve your clients better with more confidence and get more consistent, amazing results and manifest those dream clients, this is the right place for you. So if you would love to learn more about that, we have a very special offer now where literally today on this call, we have dramatically made it extremely easy and a no-brainer to get started with it. So previously, this class to get certified with me has sold for $2,500, and it's absolutely worth that. My mentors tell me I should raise the prices because how powerful it is and the results that people are creating in their lives. And it's not going to be that today. It will be $999. Okay, so it's going to be just under $1,000 to take the class. It's going down on May 2nd. And today, literally on this call, the next class to do theta healing with all of us is 555. That's it. And then with Afterpay, it's $47 per month. What? I know. We made it extremely easy for people to get started, and we partner with companies that like Afterpay and Affirm that allows you to get started and have money literally no longer be an issue to get the tools that you need to take your life on to the next level. How dope is that? Yeah, some of you wanted a money breakthrough. Well, maybe you just called it in. So I'd love to know from you if you're curious into having questions about that program, and I'll be able to answer those questions. If you're in, it's like, I know I want to do theta healing training. I want to know if that's you. Are you in? Are you out? It's like, hell no, I ain't doing that shit. That's totally cool too. Or if you're just curious, I want to know, I'm interested, I'm curious, like I want to learn more. So it's like, number one is like, I'm in, like count me in, I'm so down. Just like raise your hand or put a one in the chat. Like, I am super curious. Tell me all about this. I don't know yet. I need more information, dude. That's cool to put it two. I was like, I'm out. That's cool though. I have other questions or like just keep me posted on whatever. I still love you. It's all good. Okay. Just want to see where everyone's at. All right. Thank you. I see two. So lots of questions. That's great. I don't have to give you early information. Okay, great. Sweet. Okay, cool. Awesome. Wait, we have an opportunity to ask questions because we have 9 minutes on the clock. I'm gonna turn those of you who are ready. There will be a breakout room and a link to get started. I'll be sharing here, so you can jump in whenever you're ready. And those of you who have questions, go ahead and type your questions in the chat now, and I'll do Q&A. If you have questions about the upcoming training and how to get started with that, or other offerings, that's perfect. But if you have questions about theta healing, just in general, like I want to understand this better, like what is that golden band thing that you do, or whatever, anything goes, okay? All right, so questions, and it helps me if you put a Q and then my question is in the chat, like that. And that is the link to get started at the forever low price, not forever low price, at the only today low price. So if you get started on this call, we can get your questions answered. We have limited spots on this, and that link in the chat will go away when we end this call. So please take advantage while it's here, while it's hot. Yes. Hannah asked the dates, time, and cost. Absolutely. I went over that a little fast. So it's May 2nd. to May 4th. It is $555 only today. And then it goes up tomorrow. And times, it'll be from 9 a.m. to 5 or 6. Say 9 to 6. Sometimes people close early. That's Pacific time. Got you, RJ. Thank you so much. All right. All right. So go ahead and come off mute. We're going to just have the conversation free flow. It is on Zoom, so it's online. So you don't even have to wear pants. So pants are totally optional for this training.
So
Go ahead, Hannah.
because I'm Eastern time, I have two things. One is because I'm Eastern time, so that would be like noon to 8, kind of. Is that right? Noon to 8?
Yes.
No, I always get it mixed up.
Actually, me too. Actually, Nikki fact checked me on this. What is that Eastern
Yeah,
time?
so if we're starting at 9 and you're on the East Coast, that's going to be a noon time. So yeah, 10, 11, 12, it's 3 hours.
And
Mhm.
what kind of breaks are there with that? Like, is there?
Yeah, we do lunch breaks and we do sort of bio breaks. So typically, this is not a hard and fast rule because I actually meet the group where they're at. Like, well, no, like we all need a bio break, right? And then we go take a break. So, but there's a 45-minute lunch break that we typically keep around the same time, around 1 p.m. But the beauty is that this class is tailored for the group that arrives. So I just make sure everybody blocks off that time from 9 to 6 Pacific time, and then in between we basically kind of flow. So I do no longer than 90 minutes of like teach-ins and workshops at a time before we take a break. And then we have a longer lunch break during which you go outside, shake your body, do a do a twerk session or whatever you want to do on your lunch break, and then we come back.
So the other thing for me, which if you want to talk about, I don't want to take, but I have a hard and fast commitment Sunday from noon to like 4. I'd have to leave. I mean, this is Eastern time. So just as you're starting, I'll be there, and it goes to like probably 4 Eastern time. So what happens if I'm very interested, but I miss this whole day?
Gotcha. What are the times again?
Noon Eastern. So it's when you're starting at 9, and then it goes till about 4 or so. It's
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So I think the biggest thing is that
missing a lot.
the
Like basically a day, I
so
think.
yeah, so for you to be certified in this training, you gotta be on and playing with people. I gotta see you. You gotta be camera on. So I gotta see you to verify that you got it. So I will talk with you one-on-one about the possibilities of this training and what can be renegotiated with your other commitments. Because for those of you who get started today and say, hey, look, I want to get trained and I have some details to work out similar to Hannah. There's some dates and some things, with work or whatever, babysitter or whatever the thing may be. My thing is I'm looking for commitment. If you know that you want to be a healer, you want to get certified, and you want to do it with me in this group, I can get you into the training. And the truth is, if this one for one reason or another doesn't work out, the credit will transfer. Because I'll be teaching this class again. And if you sort of commit today, you can still get the low price and you won't have to pay the higher price later. So if you know this is for you, I can work with you on the dates to make sure you get your training.
So would I do like the 2 days, like I could do Friday and Saturday, but not Sunday, and then do the Sunday another when you're doing the next training?
No, that's not what I recommend. If it's true that your day 3 has like non-negotiable times, I would have you do the full 3-day training on the next one.
Okay, and any idea when that might be?
It'll be between 90 days and 6 months.
Yeah, so somewhere around like August and September is what we're looking at for the next one.
Yeah. Thank you, Nikki.
Yeah. So
But
just chat another time with you. I mean, I can, yeah. Is that ongoing? I mean, I just, with my traveling, as you know, back and forth to California, and everything's a little unpredictable right now, but this was unusual, this Sunday thing. So I can't, so is that, if I can't make the next one, I can eventually make one, right?
Exactly.
I commit to
Exactly.
that.
Yeah, if you commit to the training, you'll get the training.
Okay.
That's my commitment to you. I will make sure that you go get certified. Okay.
Yeah. 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 And one last thing on my end is I did do level 1. This is level 2 or
It's
which
the
level?
it's the basic training.
Oh, it is basic, which
So
I did,
it
but yeah.
it's a basic training. And when was the last time you did the level 1?
It was a while back, so I can't really exactly remember. It was a
I
while
see.
back. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's time to recertify and dive deeper into that work.
And thank you for bringing that point up, Hannah, because I'm going through it again because it's been a while since I've been in the space being certified. So for anyone who's already certified and you just want to resharpen the tools, I would highly recommend that as well. I'll be in the class as well, recertifying just to sharpen and deepen as well.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you go on if you want to level 2 at some point. But with level 1, you're probably pretty well advanced to use it, So yeah. I didn't feel that comfortable with it, I think. And it could have been just where I was at the time, probably. So yeah, it might not be a bad idea.
Yeah, the beauty of that is the training always meets you where you're at.
Yeah.
Because who you are now is already different from who you were when you last took it. And then whatever your subconscious is ready to release now and to receive now is exactly what you'll be getting from that training.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. And then okay, so and do you do level 2 too? I guess you would.
I
Okay.
will be. I have not yet been trained to officially certify people at the advanced, but I will be. And
Okay.
as soon as I do, you'll know.
Yeah. Thank you both.
Mhm. Yeah. So would you like to be in, Hannah?
Yeah, I think I would. I'm very disappointed because I'm kind of feel just ready now. I'm settling back on the East Coast after, but you'll let me know when the next one is.
Hannah, why don't I move with you into a breakout room and I'll support you with that?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay.
Thank you.
Amazing. I think it's one of those where 100% is possible 100% of the time, and you just got to talk about possibilities.
Sure. Right. Thank you. Good to see you
Hmm.
again.
Thank you for playing full out, Hannah. So
Yeah.
good.
Thank
All
you.
right, let's take a couple more questions. I saw some things pop up in the chat. Do you want to come off mute? And Annalisa, please teach me your name. I'm working on this.
Annalisa.
Annalisa. So it's just confusing with the E, but it's an Anna.
So consider Italian, it would be Annalisa.
Mhm. That's right.
And so that's the pronunciation. I know most people
Annalisa.
see the E and they're like Annalisa. Mm-mm.
Annalisa, Italian.
Annalisa.
Bueno. Thank you.
Yep.
So, how can I support?
Wait, I was like, what were my questions? Okay, so this opportunity is for a level 1 certification of Theta Healing, correct?
Correct,
How
correct.
many levels are there?
It's a deep rabbit hole. There's levels to this. So
Oh.
Hello, hello. Okay, so let me get used to put. I'm going to stop the recording here.